Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem El Shai Bashem Rakakodash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video simply Man on Fire. And this is from a short video. And the title here is Man on Fire Runs Down London Street. And it's an Edomite. Now, let me bring this back here. It says warning, disturbing images. And I saw that shit and it kind of bugged me out. As an Edomite, let me do this and bring it a little bit closer. And he's actually on fire. It looks like he's carrying like a tray on fire. He's actually on fire. Edomite, appears to be an Edomite. And people are looking at him in awe. And this came from within him. You know, I don't know all the facts. Let me see. Now I had put a list together entitled, I'm going to keep this list, I'm going to keep reading from it. And the title I put on the list is Flame and Fire. And the Most High is, he's using that fire like he said. You know, the first world, Peter spoke about the first world going out by water and the second world going out by fire. So let me see. London streets were briefly lit up by a man running, literally lit up, down the street on fire. The unidentified man who was, let me do this. The unidentified man who was on fire for unidentified reasons. Now you can watch this a couple of times, and I take it as spontaneous human combustion, and I'm gonna read about that. Would film running down the street before collapsing onto the sidewalk, still on fire. A horrible onlooker started filming the incident. Now, the Most High made this particular individual film this incident, while others, less useless onlookers ran over to pat out the flames. Fire they cannot be quenched. And when you see the video, you're gonna see that it came from within him. That's called spontaneous human combustion, and there's been cases on that in the past. Pat out the flames using their overcoats. In that order, the man was taken to a local hospital where he was pronounced not on fire and is expected to survive. Oh, that motherfucker could have survived. According to the police, the man on fire running down the street is not being treated as suspicious. Let me read this again. Hospital where he was pronounced not on fire and is expected to survive. And the video fucked me up, man. And they said, you know, there's no suspicion. Let me read that again. It says, the man on fire running down the street is not being treated as suspicious. Yeah, he runs, then he collapses, and one guy tries to get out the fire. So he's still living. So he's experienced that. He's not living. He's not sleeping right. That's a hell of a way to go. So let me go here. I put in human spontaneous combustion. It's spontaneous human combustion. Spontaneous human combustion. And this is another reason why you to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. See, Tazadakia did not fear the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Now, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai could have made him, combust from the inside out. He had a little mercy on him. He gave him the, you know, curse him with the sea ragamuffin, and I believe it was a week before that. He said that we're not going to be affected by it. Don't worry. But he got affected by it and died, according to the reports. It says spontaneous human combustion refers to the death from a fire originating without an apparent external source of ignition, a belief that the fire starts within. So, okay, this I clicked on this. Who was the lady who burst into flames late at night on Christmas Eve, 1885, in a small town of Seneca, Illinois? So this is in America. Matilda Rooney was alone in her kitchen when she suddenly burst into flames. Poor Matilda was incinerated, seemingly from the inside out, leaving only her feet. It's a hell of a way to go. What is the cause of spontaneous combustion? Spontaneous combustion occurs when a combustible material is heated to its ignition temperature by now the scriptures say that there's a spark in us, there's a fire in us, by a chemical reaction involving the oxygen in the air. The oxidation of the combustible material creates heat. What is spontaneous human combustion and fire force? Spontaneous human combustion is when a human becomes a fire elemental. There are three ways that this phenomenon can manifest, referred to as generations. Typically, when a human falls victim to SHC, whatever that means, I'm sorry, spontaneous human combustion, they transform into creatures known as infernals, which this is movie shit. What is the oxygen level for spontaneous combustion? From our experimental data, we see that 16% of oxygen, or O2, is the minimum that allows self-sustaining combustion. However, the model shows that such levels of atmospheric oxygen will allow 10% of the area in the model to be ignited and burned. At what temperature does combustion occur? Wow. 3,632 degrees Fahrenheit. So the most high can, you know, from your inside, bring that temperature up and that oxygen, and you done. Let me look at one more. Why do humans become infernals? Okay, the phenomenon of spontaneous human combustion causes their bodies to spontaneously ignite and transform themselves into a mis- misshapen, fiery, charcoal-like monster. This is like a fictional thing, but this actually, from the inside out, Most High had judgment for him, but he's still alive, and the Most High gonna kill him again. Another reason, to fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. I've been sitting at this computer for hours waiting for the spirit to hit me. So it kind of did in this video. But I'm not going to go, let me see. See, this is the way this man is going to go out. By fire. We saw maybe a month and a half ago. Sound like a Jake man and a Tesla crashed into this bank in Jackson, Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken. And the car caught on fire, and you can hear him screaming, weeping and gnashing of teeth. And he's saying, "Help me!" And his friend, his buddy, whatever, is saying, "I can't." And the man just died. But the Most High left his spirit in his body so he can feel that flame for a while. That's a hell of a way to go, man. And that's a hell of a way for this place to go down. That's what the lake of fire is all about. Yeah, it says in 2 Peter 3, verse 6 and 7, speaks about the first world being taken out by water. The second world will be taken out by fire. The elements will melt with fervent heat, starting from the 10th verse on down. Seeing that all these things will take place, I'm merely paraphrasing, what manner of person or man ought you to be in all holy conversation. This is our first priority, man. Daniel 7 and 11 is the beast being on fire. Revelation 14 and 9, the penalty for accepting the MOTB is fire. So this is something to have fear for the Most High. The Apostle Paul said in 2 Corinthians 5 and 11, knowing therefore the terrors of the Most High, we just persuade men, or persuade all men, meaning Israelites. So this destruction that's going to come upon Babylon the Great, it's going to be talked about for years. You can't compare this to any other time in history, any other disaster. I mean, the whole world's going to be talking about it, and that's the beginning of the kingdom. The beginning of the kingdom is when the warheads hit this place and were delivered out of here. That's the beginning of the kingdom. I mean, the beginning of the kingdom is now us being on the earth teaching. That's also the beginning of the kingdom. But the actual us being blessed, having our bodies changed, that's the beginning of the kingdom. It's all smooth sailing after that. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. Watch the video. I'll leave the link in the description box. This is on Odysee, by the way. Shalom.